Here I am coming into our dining room, hanging up my bag, going over here, getting my napkin, which is my room number slot. Then I'll take this and go to a seat right here. Lovely chairs. Usually in here we celebrate birthdays, jubilees, and the wonderful thing about this is that we totally mix up. You know, we never sit according to language groups or provinces or anything like that. We just totally mix up, and that's the best part about the dining room. Usually we'll start with soup, okay? And we always have bread and salad, and then we have the main course and then dessert. And so we have breakfast in here in the morning on our own from 8 to 9. Lunch is at 1:30 to roughly 2:30. And then dinner is at the very early hour of 9 p.m. And then after that, everybody is usually ready for bed. So, this is our dining room, just so you can get a flavor of what goes on here. Okay?
One of the things is that the Dominican, mainly the Franciscans and the Dominicans, but particularly the Franciscans.
Welcome. You are now in the meeting room of GC 2014 in the lower level of the Spirituality Center in Loyola, Spain. Every single morning we met in this room for faith sharing and direction on the day that lay before us. Each of us was placed into two groups, a base group and a consensus group. In faith sharing, we shared the gospel of the day and talked about how we were feeling, how the gospel impacted us, and the desire we wish for. It was a wonderful way to start the day because friendships were bonded around that table. In this room, we also had presentations on the geography and the history of this beautiful land. And we had a presentation by a theologian on Jesus in our world today. We also did processing around elections and the calls that you will learn about soon. And we spent much of our time discerning how we wanted to go into the future. One of the most inspiring things for me was the day that all the delegates or the members of the congregation who wanted to go forward or who were invited to go forward into the election process spoke about their hopes and their dreams and their availability into the future. That was an extremely moving day for all of us. We had rituals in here, the kind of ritual where we said thank you to the outgoing leadership team and welcome to the new leadership team. We did a lot of celebrating in this room, a lot of sharing and caring, and this was home base for us, so I knew why I was in a base group, and I also knew that in the consensus group we would always share what we had gathered from our base group. Awesome.
As part of our daily routine, we had the opportunity to go to masses and places in the Basilica in the evening or in the morning at 8:30 here at the Conversion Chapel. Above here it says, aquí Aquí entregó a Dios Íñigo de Loyola. It is here where Ignatius gave his life to God. It has been a moving place to come to pray in the morning and throughout the day. What was most moving for me here at the GC was the talk by Pagola, in which basically all he said was that we must put our focus on Christ and to live the gospel. Those words have meant a great deal to me while I've been here, and I hope that when I go home, I can begin to live this much stronger than I have in the past.
Hi from Loyola. This is where we stay here at Loyola House, and this is our beautiful mountainside. Normally we get picked up right here by these giant luxury buses that we've been to Javier, and we've been to Aranzazu, and we've had a day in, well, we've had our free days. And so it's, when the weather is great, the weather is great. See the mountain. Some people even walked up parts of that mountain up there. So it's been a real day of sharing, a real month of sharing and collaborating and discerning. So follow us along. We're going to go over to the Basilica now. Okay, here we are at the Basilica, and this is where we had our opening liturgy. We'll have our closing liturgy here, and people come to Mass here in the evenings normally, and they have it in both languages, Spanish and Basque. We also do a lot of walking around this area. You know, you walk into town going up that way, or you walk out of town to another little town going that way. Don't ask me the names of those towns. But you get a sense of where we've been. And all right, here we are. It's been a really great place. Right here at Loyola again. I wanted you to see the mountainside. This is what we look out to every day. The dogs are barking just there over my shoulder, and we can see the beautiful orchards over to the right. It was a beautiful place to live in. It'll be great to get home. Yeah, so this is what got me through the day. Eating bread. Bread. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what I ate. This is Barbara giving us a hard time from doing our Cecil B. DeMille act.
I seem to be where you are.
Yeah. Now we're going to go do some editing.
Lovely, lovely. Now, I would like if you turn that off.